Hey guys, so transportation is the movements of people or things from one place to another. It could be for fun or something that we need. But let's talk about all the different things of transportation or how we can get from one place to another. This is going to be so much fun. Don't forget, there's also a printable booklet that you can check out. Make sure you take a look. Let's get started. I want you to tell me what kind of transportation this is. So I have a fun fact though. If you drove one of these all the way to the moon at about 60 miles per hour, you could get to the moon in less than a month. So tell me, what's it called? You got it, and I knew you would get this one. This is a car. The car makes lots of different noises, but most people are familiar with the honking noise or beep beep. Okay, let's do another one. This is another type of car, and it's the kind of car that I drive. I love these because you can haul all sorts of things in the back, like hay, trash, or whatever you want. What do you think this is? Yeah, it's a truck. I absolutely love having a truck, and you can even put a cap over top of it so that you can haul things without it getting wet. How cool is that? These vehicles can be very useful. You can bring more people or maybe more goods in these. Sometimes people use these to transport food, or they can carry up to 7 people. What do you think this is called? You got it. This is a van. Vans can be very useful and are normally larger than typical vehicles. That's why they can carry more people, bringing more friends. Okay, here's another car. These are great vehicles to drive too because they have all sorts of features of other vehicles, like a station wagon or an off-road vehicle plus an estate car. So they're really cool. Most of them are 4-wheel drive and they're a little higher up off the ground. So do you know what these are called? Some examples of these vehicles could even be a Jeep or a Land Rover. Tell me what you think it's called. You got it. This is an SUV. SUV actually stands for Sport Utility Vehicle. Try and remember that since I'll ask again later. I bet you know what this is. Tell me now. But while you're thinking about it, I'll tell you what I know about these. They're really cool since they can get places and even pretty quickly. They can help with rescues sometimes when other vehicles can't. Another cool thing is that they can even fly in different directions, like vertically. How cool is that? What do you think it is? I thought you knew it. It was a helicopter. So one thing that's not always as great about these is they're so loud and they vibrate a ton, but they're still pretty cool. Here's another thing that we see up in the sky. Tell me what you call this one. These are very strong and can help us fly over the ocean to get somewhere. They're also built strong enough that they can stand a strike from lightning. Tell me the name of this type of transportation. What do you think? Yes, it's an airplane. I love flying in airplanes, especially when I can sit by the wing. It feels like I'm a bird soaring up in the sky. So much fun. Okay, tell me what you think this transportation vehicle is used for and what is the name of it? These are very special vehicles since they can actually help keep people alive. They have equipment to help keep people alive as they transport or take them to the hospital if they're sick or hurt. What do you think you call this one? Yes, it's called an ambulance. You'll know they're coming through if you hear their siren saying, "Wee-oo, wee-oo." Make sure that you move over. Here's another important emergency vehicle. It's used to transport people to help put out fires. That sounds very important to me. So, what do you think it's called? Say it. Yes, this is a fire truck. Well, fire trucks and fire engines actually look the same. I just have a picture of one here, but they're actually different. They carry different things to help put out fires. How cool is that? What do you think this vehicle is? Well, I bet you've seen it before, and it has a siren just like our fire truck and our ambulance. Up on top, there are blue lights on this car. Well, this is a police car, and these cars are built to go fast. They can actually go up to 155 miles per hour. Most of the time, their windows are bulletproof. Wow! Do you know what this is? These can go fast and have big, giant tires and wheels to help it compete by doing wheelies or jumping other cars. Yes! You guessed it, this is our monster truck with monster-sized wheels and a monster-sized engine to match. Vroom, vroom, they're loud. I love seeing monster trucks doing tricks. Well, these vehicles are built to go fast and they're really fun to watch. You might see them on an oval track or a road course with lots of turns and straightaways. You could see them anywhere. They're really fast and called race cars. You guys know this is my favorite since I love to watch and drive race cars. All right, guys, let's see what's next. Well, this actually has two parts, the front and the back. The red part and then the big, long white part in the back. I also see there are 18 wheels. What do you call it? This has a bunch of names. The tractor trailer, because the red part is the tractor, where the driver sits and could sleep if they needed to. The white part is the long part in the back where they haul goods. They could haul all sorts of things, like cows or food, tons of things. Other names for this vehicle might be an 18-wheeler or a semi-truck. Let's see what's next. So I had to include this one because I absolutely love these. They have so much history and they've been around for such a long time. These vehicles were originally used in war and only took a couple days to make. How cool is that? What do you think this vehicle is called? Yeah, this is a Jeep. And funny thing is, people don't actually know why it's called a Jeep. What do you think? Make a guess. Put it in the comments down below. What do you think this vehicle is called? It has big, giant tires with big, thick tread that can help it get through mud and pull things. What could you call this one? Yeah, this vehicle is called a tractor. And the word tractor actually came from a Latin word that means to pull. Tractors are used to push or pull things like hay on the farm. This one actually makes me think of a song. I'm not going to sing it again, and I can't tell you the words. So there are actually different names for this. It could be a paddle boat or a rowboat. The cool thing about these is you use an oar to steer the boat and move it forward all by yourself with your manpower. There are other kinds of these though. So we just saw that paddle boat. What do you think this is? Well, if you said boat, you're right. But what kind of boat is this? This is a motorboat. So a motorboat has an engine that propels or moves it forward and through the water. You might see these in a lake or in the ocean. Here comes another one. Boy, another boat? Well, what kind of boat is it? Make your guess and tell me what you think. Say it out loud right now. What kind of boat is this? Well, you got it. It's a sailboat because it has a big sail on top of it. This sail catches in the wind and it pushes the boat forward, just like the motor or paddles would. I bet you've seen one of these before, or maybe even sang a song about this one. So I want you to tell me what you think it's called. Tell me your answer. Yeah, it's a bus. This in particular is a bright yellow school bus. It has a stop sign on it too that comes out when kids are getting ready to cross, so the vehicles on both sides of the road will stop and let them go by safely. So I know some of you may not think this is a method of transportation, but what he's standing on does transport you across a wave in the ocean. I call that moving. So this is called a surfboard. You stand on it and there's a fin on the bottom that helps you go from one part of the wave to the next. How cool is that? Here's another way we can get around in the ocean. These help you go much farther than that surfboard may, though. Also, sometimes you might even see one of these pulling a surfboard into a big wave. You got it. This is called a jet ski. We can take jet skis on tours through the ocean or travel further. Just make sure you bring enough gasoline. They're so much fun. Here comes another one. I know you've seen one of these, and this one in particular is driving on tracks. So it's going from one location from the tracks to another on the same set of tracks. What's it called? Yes, this is a train. Trains can be used to transport people or goods. Some are close, some will go far. Many are fueled by different sources even, like power lines, tracks below, or coal. So this is a method of transportation on two wheels. At least this one is. What do you call this? I bet you know. Yes, this is a bicycle, or the short name would be a bike. These come in single speed or up to multiple speeds to help you get up big hills. You can drive them tons of places, and if you want to park one, you can park about 15 bicycles in the same space where you put just one car. What do you think this is called? It looks like there are wheels and a big long part where you could maybe sleep in, or maybe even there's a kitchen in there. Yes, this is called an RV. And it's one that you drive somewhere you can sleep in. A lot of these have bathrooms, kitchen sinks, and even areas to store your stuff. Have you ever traveled anywhere in an RV? That looks like it's a big vehicle, and it's used to haul loose material. You put it in the back and take it somewhere else. And then, well, I'll tell you in a minute after you tell me what this is called. You guessed it, it's one of our construction vehicles, and it's called a dump truck. We haul that loose material like dirt or rocks, and then it will dump onto where you want it to go. What do you think this is? Well, I'll give you a hint. It's a military vehicle. So soldiers across different nations even use these vehicles. Make your guess. This is called a Humvee, and it's just a utility vehicle, but again, many different people across the world use these, all different soldiers. These are really cool and come in all different kinds of sizes even to help move different types of material. What do you think it's called? This is another construction vehicle. It's called an excavator, or maybe you even heard it called a digger. So someone inside of it operates it by controlling the arm and tilting bucket. How cool is that? I wonder if you've seen one of these before. Tell me what it is and what kind it is. Make your guess, and then we can talk about it together. What do you think? Well, You guessed that this was a motorcycle. It's called a crotch rocket. You put your feet on the pegs and lean forward, holding onto the handle as you drive forward. How cool! I just wanted to share this information with you. So, for transportation, we don't only use motorized or human-propelled things. These are animals that we're actually able to ride, like elephants, camels, and horses. I think that's pretty neat, and I'd love to go for an elephant ride. Can you imagine riding an elephant to go pick up groceries at the store? So tell me what you think these are called. Yes, I see two wheels and a handle. But what is the name of this vehicle? You got it. This is a scooter. So there are different types of scooters. Some of them are even electric powered. So they can go about 15 miles an hour. That's pretty fast. Well, that looks like fun. It looks like you could even sleep in there. Do you know what this is called? Say it out loud. What is this called? You got it. This is a camper. You attach this with a hitch to your vehicle and pull it to where you want to go. Maybe a campsite or to the beach, wherever you'd like to go. Then you can sleep in here and enjoy your campground. Most of the time, you'll be able to take a ton with you. There might even be a bathroom in there. Some campers, like this one, can sleep up to 10 people. That's a lot. So this reminds me of the crotch rocket that we saw earlier. But do you know what this would be called and what kind it is? Say it out loud for me. So you guessed it again. This is a motorcycle. The type of motorcycle is a cruiser. So the difference is you'll be sitting up straight on this one and cruising comfortably. You might use this type of bike to go a longer distance. Yes, you heard me say bike. Sometimes people even call motorcycles bikes. What could this be called? I bet you've seen one alongside of the road helping work on something or moving something from one place to another. This is another construction vehicle. It's called a crane. We attach something to the hook and then move it somewhere else. It's used to transport things through the crane on the hook. Wow, another one of these? Well, what kind is it? What do you think? Tell me what you think out loud. I want to hear your answers. Yes, this is another motorcycle. It's called a chopper. So the difference between this and the cruiser motorcycle is they actually chop off all the accessories or extras. And the front forks are stretched out longer or extended, and the seat's a little smaller. The engine actually makes up most of this motorcycle. These are really cool, and they're actually made of 7 layers of plywood. Well, there are different kinds, but the standard ones are made like that. There are 4 wheels and axles. This is called a skateboard. You can do all kinds of tricks on skateboards or just use your feet to propel you on the board to go somewhere. This looks like a pretty cool vehicle. It also looks like it would be very large. And there might be something that they put inside of that big barrel on the end. Yeah, this is a construction vehicle. It's a cement mixer truck. They put big things of cement in there and mix them together and pour them onto the ground in a pattern. How cool is that? All right, guys, we learned a ton about lots and lots of different vehicles for transportation or work or pleasure. I had fun sharing with you today, and I hope you come back soon. Bye!